Great Britain is one of the United States' closest allies, yet we have quite a different governmental structure. Knowing more about the government of other nations can help us more greatly understand the world that we live in. I have recently been taking a class that has gone into great detail of the various organizations of the British government, which has given me a great deal of knowledge on the subject. To help you more understand this topic, I will be talking about the two main branches of the British system, the monarchy and the parliament. A monarchy is usually equated with an absolute power and sovereignty over the country they rule. The Kingdom of Great Britain's monarch, however, is quite the opposite of that. Since as early as 1215, the people of Great Britain have been taking steps to limit the power of their monarch, starting with the Magna Carta. At this point in time, Queen Elizabeth has no power to make changes to laws or legislation. She has no say in parliamentary decisions and is required to approve any bill that can be passed through the two houses of the Parliament and give it her royal assent. The main function of the monarch is ceremonial. While she does act as a head of state for the nation, visiting other countries on state visits, most things she does are for ceremony only. For example, to start every year, she delivers a speech to the Parliament detailing what they wish to accomplish that year. Even though she delivers the speech, the entire thing is written for her by the government, and she must read it, regardless of how she feels. She also has the power to appoint positions like judges and cabinet officials. However, all of the appointees are hand-chosen by the Prime Minister, and she simply announces them. Since the Queen has virtually no power to enact legislation, that is where the Parliament plays the role. And much like that of the United States, it is comprised of two different houses. The first house is the House of Commons, and much like the United States government, these people are directly elected by the people from their home districts. There are 650 members, and this is where most of the legislation is done. The executive branch and the legislative branch of the British government are one branch. After an election, the leader of whatever party has the most seats in the House of Commons becomes the Prime Minister and the leader of the government. Most bills are debated, drafted, and originate in this house, and they're usually brought up by ministers, which are like our congressmen. The second house is the House of Lords. There are about 700 members, and this is quite different than the United States Congress. They are appointed by the Queen and the Prime Minister, and they're considered life peers. While this house is able to propose legislation, it is more common that this house is mainly used as a revising and redrafting bills that originate in the House of Commons, considering they have not been elected by the people. In short, the basic lawmaking body of the British government consists of two different houses: the House of Commons, where most bills originate, and the House of Lords, where bills are revised and drafted. Separate from this lawmaking body is that of the Queen, a virtually powerless ceremonial head of state. I hope that this speech was able to increase your understanding of the way that Great Britain legislates and helping you better understand our global politics.